The following is a live presentation of CBC Sports.
Welcome inside the CBC Sports studios. I am Brittany McLean, and today we have your weekly watch guide, which aims to keep you up to date with everything you need to know in the world of Canadian and international sporting stories. Joining me is my colleague Jessie Campagato, who is the writer of CBC Sports The Buzzer, the daily newsletter that covers these topics exactly. Now, Jessie, we've gotten a chance to talk a little bit about football over the last couple weeks, but I think because it's officially December this weekend, we've got to move on to the snow. I know there's a pretty big alpine skiing story to come this weekend.
Yeah, Britt, we better start with our international athlete to watch because American skier Mikaela Shiffrin is on the verge of a big milestone. So she, of course, broke the all-time World Cup alpine wins record a couple years ago, and she's now up to 99 wins. So her chances of getting to 100 this weekend, I'd say, look really good. So the women are in Vermont, so of course she'll be competing in her home country. And the two events taking place are the giant slalom and the slalom, which are her two best events. She's actually got 84 of her 99 wins in those two events. So I'd say her chances of getting to 100 this weekend look really good.
Yeah, really good indeed. And this week, actually, I got to talk to Canadian four-time Olympian Erin Milzinski. And the one thing that really stood out to me about that conversation was the character of Shiffrin and the way that she really brings up the rest of her competitors.
She pulls up others as well. I know she's taken me aside at the top of race courses before, and she's like, just imagine it's a dream. Just picture yourself doing it like a dream, and that you can come through and ski down the way you imagine it. And that was in the start of a duel, because I think she really cares about her competitors.
It's exactly how you want to see a leader on the snow and off the snow. So great to watch, great to see, and we'll be tuning into that this weekend. We're also going to be tuning in to the Moguls because we have a Canadian star that is getting back to the snow this weekend.
Yeah, that's right, Brett. The King is back. Mikael Kingsbury is back on the slopes this weekend at the World Cup Moguls season opener in Finland. So, of course, Kingsbury has 90 career World Cup wins. That's easily the all-time record in the sport. He's also got 8 world titles, an Olympic gold, a couple Olympic silvers. So he's the undisputed GOAT of the sport. But this season, there's actually a couple twists for him. Number one is that for the first time in a while, he's not the reigning men's World Cup Mogul season champ. A Japanese rival actually took the title from him last season, edging him out by 10 points in the standings. And Kingsbury still claimed the dual Moguls titles and the dual Moguls title and the overall title. But the just regular Moguls title is sort of the big one. That's the one everyone wants. So he'll be looking to kind of reunify those. The other twist is off the snow for Kingsbury. So he's a dad now. He became a dad a few months ago, and little 3-month-old Henrik is going to be in tow with Kingsbury and his partner this weekend at the World Cup stop. And I think we actually have a clip of him talking about dad life. So let's check that out.
They're growing so fast at that age that I think it would have been not possible for me to be on the road that long. And for me, that's very important, to spend quality time with the family and being able to perform and at the same time be a dad. I think it's a great balance, and I've been loving it so far.
Well, as a guy who remembers what it was like to have a 3-month-old in the house, I'll just say good luck to Mikael.
Good luck indeed. And speaking of little ones, I myself feel like a kid on Christmas Eve because it is the eve of the PWHL season. Season 1 was so much fun as a sports fan and as a female athlete myself. So get ready for season 2. What are we keeping an eye on, and what are the matchups to look forward to?
Yeah, so season 2 of the PWHL is launching this weekend, and there's 3 games, so all 6 teams are in action. I think the biggest thing people will notice is that all the teams finally have their own name, logo, and distinctive uniforms. They're not wearing those old sort of generic cookie cutter type jerseys they were in last year. The other big change is the no escape rule. So now when teams take a penalty, they're not allowed to do a line change until after the ensuing face-off. The goal there is to increase scoring, which was a little bit low last year in comparison to the NHL. So yeah, like we said, all 6 teams in action this weekend. That includes Toronto versus Boston on Saturday on CBC. And in that one, Toronto, unfortunately, will be without Natalie Spooner, the reigning league MVP. She's still out with that knee injury that knocked her out of the playoffs.
Man, I don't know about you, Jesse, but it sounds like a great weekend to cozy up on the couch and watch lots of TV. You'll find it here on CBC Sports, that PWHL opener, Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern, Boston versus Toronto. Then we have the Moguls skiing with Mikael Kingsbury. That is Saturday at 8:45 Eastern. And then Mikaela Shiffrin takes to the slopes Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern. If you're not already signed up and subscribed for Jesse's newsletter, The Buzzer, make sure you search The Buzzer CBC, add in your email, and you will receive that regularly. Jesse, as always, we appreciate your insights and look forward to breaking it all down with you again next week.
Thanks, Brett. Have a great weekend.
You too.